That Will Never Work. The Story of Netflix. Summary. Chapter 4. Getting the Band Together. Introduction. Hobbies. Marc Randolph and his team met at a local restaurant, Hobie's, to keep hashing out the details of their business. Marc's team had expanded at that point because he was bringing on more people. He needed finance people, software developers, and technology people. He also talked to the owner of a store who rented out movies to people, which helped him learn about the industry. Finance. The first thing that Marc Randolph needed was a good CFO. He had his eyes set on Dwayne Mensinger, a guy he used to work with. Dwayne was careful, organized, and risk-averse. Those qualities attracted Randolph, but they were the reasons Dwayne denied the job offer. He felt this company was too risky to join. Randolph talked to another man, Jim Cook. Cook was a friend of Christina's. He was organized, detail-oriented, and efficient, but he was also accustomed to startup risk-taking. Randolph thought he was perfect to run operations, but Jim wasn't having that. He eventually wore Randolph down, and Randolph gave him the title of Director of Finance and Operations. Software. With the finance position wrapped up, Randolph needed to figure out the online of his online video store, and so he needed some technology personnel. The first person he hired, he met through his connections with his investor, Reed. That person was Eric Meyer, a Frenchman who became the provisional chief technology officer. The next two people he hired were Boris and Vita Droutman. They were a married Ukrainian couple who were well-versed in the technology world. Now that Randolph had software developers to help him create his website, he wanted to get a better look at his industry. Mitch Lowe. Marc Randolph wanted to have a look at his industry and who his competitors would be. So, he pretended he owned a video store and went to the annual conference for the Video Software Dealers Association. He also wanted to find out if there was any software for running rental stores that he could turn into working online. He found someone else, though. While browsing the multitude of booths, he met a man named Mitch Lowe. Mitch owned a video store, and he saw right through Randolph's facade. He seemed mildly interested about the idea, so they kept in touch. Randolph eventually offered Mitch a job, and Mitch declined. They still kept in touch, however, and Mitch would turn out to become a big part of Netflix. Conclusion. Now that they had a concrete idea, Randolph started to hire people to suit his business needs. After getting worn down by Jim Cook, Randolph hired him as the Director of Finance and Operations. The provisional CTO, Eric Meyer, and a married Ukrainian couple anchored the technology team. Finally, while learning more about his industry, he met Mitch Lowe. They developed a relationship that turned out to be important to the start of Netflix.